Pavlov and the bell that shaped behavioral psychology. Ivan Pavlov, a pioneer of science and the father of classical conditioning, is a name that rings a bell, literally. You probably know him for the famous experiment with dogs, bells, and saliva, but there's so much more to this story. Pavlov didn't just figure out that dogs can drool on command. He essentially laid the foundation for how we study learning itself. Think about it. Before Pavlov, people knew that we learn, but they didn't have a clue how to systematically study this mysterious process. Pavlov changed that forever. Let's put it this way. Pavlov was to learning science what Gregor Mendel was to genetics. Mendel took the chaotic world of inheritance and boiled it down to P's and simple ratios, creating a foundation for modern genetics. Pavlov did something similar with learning. He took something incredibly complex, the way organisms adapt and respond to their environment, and reduced it to its most basic elements, stimuli and responses. Picture this. Pavlov's lab was like a cross between a science experiment and a theater production. He wasn't just tinkering with random ideas. He meticulously designed experiments to understand how organisms associate one thing with another. The bell didn't start out magically. It became magical because Pavlov showed how a neutral sound could be transformed into a powerful signal. It's like turning an ordinary object into a wand of learning. Here's the fun part. Pavlov wasn't even trying to study learning at first. He was a physiologist, deeply interested in digestion. But as he observed the behavior of his dogs, he noticed something odd. They'd start salivating before they even saw food, just hearing the footsteps of the lab assistant. That spark of curiosity led him to dig deeper. And voila, the concept of classical conditioning was born. Classical conditioning isn't just a quirky trick for dogs. It's everywhere. From how we develop habits to how we overcome fears, Pavlov's discovery forms the backbone of behavioral psychology. It's why you might feel hungry when you hear a lunch bell, or why a specific ringtone makes you instantly check your phone. Pavlov's genius lies in his ability to break down the learning process into something observable and measurable. He gave us tools to study how associations form, paving the way for an entire field of research. His work wasn't just groundbreaking, it was foundational. Pavlov's genius lies in his ability to break down the learning process into something observable and measurable. He gave us tools to study how associations form, paving the way for an entire field of research. His work wasn't just groundbreaking, it was foundational. If you found this inspiring, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let's keep exploring the lives of visionaries who shaped the world. See you in the next video on Neuropassion.